A Heartwarming Story. Let me hear joy and gladness. Let the bones you have crushed rejoice. Psalm 51:8. I got tense when I saw her, for I knew her personality quite well. Anyone who holds an opinion that differs from hers is subjected to her snapping attack. If she called out someone's name with her voice an octave higher than usual, we all thought that the person would be dead that day. She was as sharp as a razor blade when it came to making decisions. Any form of indecisiveness would clearly be a target of her disdain. I inwardly called her Miss Fire. She liked me. She often shed tears while listening to my sermons. One rainy afternoon, Miss Fire called me. Her voice already sounded enraged. I could feel that her emotions were blazing. She dearly loved her son. The moment her son entered elementary school, she turned into a hardcore school parent. Leaving everything behind, she solely concentrated all her attention and energy on her son's school life. Thanks to her hard work, her son became the teacher's favorite and enjoyed a comfortable and favored school life. One other reason she cared for him more than usual was his undersized frame. One day, his classmate called her and reported that a group of 5 or 6 children had thrown her son down and were kicking and beating him. It was on the street in front of the school. Crazy mad, she rushed to the site. By the time she got there, her son was soaked in rain, all beaten up and crying alone. She quickly brought him home. Fortunately, he had no major injuries. She then told me the names of all 5 children who beat him. Enraged, she trembled while she talked about their terrible deed. I could see the whole school being turned upside down. Her rage was truly tremendous. She was planning on seeking every possible way to get revenge. Meanwhile, she said that she didn't understand why she felt like calling me in the middle of all that fury and vengefulness. That moment, a thought struck me. The Lord is intending to intervene in this case. Then I thought, what should I say to her and how I should deliver it? Her anger was almost reaching the sky. I almost lost my mind as well, for it was truly an unfortunate incident. However, the Lord saw the case differently from us. He was holding her reins tight as she wanted to take care of the situation in an ugly way. In a few seconds, I recognized and understood the voice of the Lord, and I calmly said to her, "What would Jesus do in this kind of moment? That's the model we should follow." As soon as I said this, she burst out crying. "I can't do that. I want to kill them all. I can't possibly do like Jesus." She sobbed for a while. Now she was at a place where she had to fight against herself. It was a fierce and lonely fight which couldn't be fought by anyone else. I can't do that. I can never forgive them. I can't let them get away with it like this. Trying to encourage her to let this crisis pass, I said to her, "With the mind of man, especially of a mother, it's impossible to tolerate. However, if you call upon Jesus, He will give you the power." This is the opportunity for you to practice what you've been learning at the Bible studies. Try it. Just make up your mind to bear with it and let it pass, and then call upon Jesus. I promise you will experience something wonderful. She didn't want to listen to me. She was blazing with vengefulness. If I let them get away with it without teaching them a lesson, they are going to repeatedly bully my son. Unless I shake up their parents and the whole school, they are not going to stop. I found that following the example of Jesus is the best way to go. Then the Lord will take care of the rest. It is really up to you to make the decision. Think carefully. She tried to justify her vengefulness with many excuses. I hoped that things would be smoothed out so that she could find peace in her heart as soon as possible, for it is most distressing to have one's heart full of hatred and loathing for another person. Having nothing more to say, I hung up the phone. The next day, she came to church with a haggard look. I couldn't wait to hear which choice she had made. She looked calmer and more at peace than I expected. When our eyes met, she smiled. As she walked up to me, her eyes turned red. Mrs. Kim, I almost died holding back my anger. So you won, didn't you? I did. Since we talked, I've been fasting. I can't hold it back myself. When I continuously called upon Jesus, He helped me bear with it. And now I feel so at ease and peaceful. Thank you, Mrs. Kim. How she sings the song of victory! This was truly a miracle. She seemed to be the last person to experience such a victory. Yet her bond was broken, and she was joyful for her broken bond. It was another didactic case which showed that there is no one who cannot win the victory when they only choose God and call upon Him.